Well, if you guys have clicked on this video, you probably already could tell that my garden is planted. This video that you guys are about to watch is kind of a mix of me planting the garden, me talking about how I decided to plant my garden, as well as putting up the fence around our garden. I have had a garden in the past. I did order 2 books that have really opened my eyes to gardening. So the 2 books that I got were this one, The Backyard Homestead, and then this one, The Family Garden Plan, which is just so beautifully written. I highly recommend this book. And from this book, I learned a lot more about gardening than I ever thought I would learn. And one of the things that I first learned about was a microzone, which is a plant hardiness website. This website helps tell gardeners which plants will grow and thrive best in the location of where you live in the world. But it really helps for like first-time gardeners knowing what will grow best in the area that you live. So for example, if you were to look up and you were interested in growing a banana tree, you would type in plant hardiness zone of a banana tree, which is zones 10A or 10B. Well, I am in 5A, which from that, on the website, you will see on the side all the zones and all the temperature levels. Well, a banana tree, 10A or 10B, is a way warmer area than what I am in compared to 5A. So I would know from that a banana tree would not thrive where I live. But let's say I was interested in growing lettuce, I would type in what plant hardiness zone is lettuce. And from that, I would find out that the zones are zones 4 to 9. So lettuce would thrive in my area. What I went through is I made a list of all the plants that I knew I wanted to grow in my garden. I made a spreadsheet of all the plants I wanted to plant, when I wanted to plant them, and then I also put down, did I want to plant them from a seed or did I want to plant them from a plant? Since I did not do any seed starters this year, since I decided kind of on my garden too late, some of my plants for my garden I did buy as plants. And then some of the other things that I knew would take off well from seeds and it wouldn't be too late to plant by a seed, I did plant by seeds out in my garden, which is definitely cheaper to do by seed rather than a plant, and you can get a lot more for your money. Good morning, everybody. Right now, I am on my way to go get my brother's girlfriend, Neva. We are going to town to go get a bunch of stuff for the garden. I know we are getting the seeds for the garden of what I'm planting. I'm not for sure about plants. Then I have a bunch of stuff I have to return that we didn't need for our gutters. So poor Neva is going to have to sit in here with this until we return it. Here, Nave, I brought you these.
Thank you so much. These are my favorite. I love you.
Nave is an avid cookie lover, so I brought her some.
Are you recording already?
Yeah. I started recording when you were eating your cookie and you were tapping it off.
Why?
Because it was funny. I was hoping that you'd freak out from the cat or something.
Oh.
So, for those of you that don't know, this is Neva, also known as Nave, which is my brother's girlfriend. And she went with me. She is going to be starting a garden hopefully this year. And so I'm teaching her the ways. So she went with me and we're just going to tell you what we got for seeds for my garden. And I'm hoping to get that planted here in the next couple days, which maybe I'll join.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so for seeds, some of it we're doing from plants, but seed-wise we got cucumber.
Bunching onions. Did I not say that right?
I just said green onion, that's okay.
Green onions.
Cilantro.
Carrots.
Lettuce.
Beets.
Spinach.
And peas.
And garden beans. I'm definitely excited to take you guys along the journey of getting this garden planted, and we'll get the season started. Oh, and we got some red onions, which I've never planted anything from a bulb before except flowers. So if you guys have any advice on planting onions,
Yeah, give Summer your advice.
today is an exciting day because today is planting day, and I am super excited to get this stuff in my containers and get this garden going. We have a bunch of help out here in the garden today. We got the farmer boys.
Me and Parker have one garden experience more than Summer does, so
And it was about 2 hours ago.
yeah.
Garden beans.
So we read the instructions.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't know what I'm doing. This isn't no tractors. How do I work this stuff?
Amateurs. If they were true farmers, they would know how to use all type of land. And then we have my grandma here, the gardener, that is teaching us the ways. We're planting our spinach and lettuce. I've been using a string
Thin to 8 inches?
that we hold on each side to keep my line straight. Just a tip. Right now what we are doing is we are installing all the posts for the gate for my garden. The area that I live in has a lot of deer, and I don't want to risk them coming and eating my entire garden. So my dad drove his truck over here. He came over here with a bunch of steel fence posts, and then we are going to go over to my husband's parents and get some hog panels and make a fence around the garden. We're just taking the hog panels and we're gonna drag them to my house.
Then Summer's like, we better go say goodbye to.
Family teamwork. Unfortunately, things did not go as planned. was filling this garden bed with dirt, and for whatever reason, this board did not hold up and just snapped in half. So that stinks. But what can you do? We did have one bed that broke on us. It is no longer good. So for now, we're just probably gonna say goodbye to that bed. Do you guys remember when I said that I was not gonna fix our garden bed this year? Well, these boys came to the rescue and they're fixing it for me.
It collapsed on you, Summer.
Day one of planting is done. We just have one more day to put a few things in the bed that we had to reinforce, but we got so much done today. We got way more done than I thought we were gonna get done. I'll give you a quick walkthrough really quick of what we planted. In this bed we have onion. This bed is green beans. And here we got some tomato plants and then all my hot pepper plants. These are tomatoes, and then over here is all peas. And then tomatoes, and then all my sweet peppers, tomatoes, and cucumber. One tomato plant, and then over here is a lettuce and spinach. And then in this bed, I will be planting carrots, beets, and cilantro. I decided to space up all my tomato plants throughout different beds because they're going to be really weight heavy, and since they branch out, I just thought it would be a better idea. And then my family helped put up the fence because where I live, there's seriously so many deer, and this way the deer hopefully will just stay out. Now we are just adding a few more braces to the bottom of the beds. We're adding some cinder blocks to hold some weight since these are really big and they're gonna get weight heavy when the dirt gets wet. So tomorrow, Jay and I are gonna finish up and then the garden will be done. When I was editing, I realized that I failed to do any kind of talking about our fence, except for that is protecting our garden from deer. For the posts of the fence, my dad just had some old fence posts at his house that he just gifted to us. And then my in-laws had a bunch of hog panels that they were not using, so we were able to use those. And then for the wire, we just went ahead and used some old flags. So this flag is still on it, but we just used some old flag wire and wrapped them up. This fence is definitely not high enough to the point where a deer cannot jump over it, but hopefully it does deter them away enough that they won't hop the fence to touch our garden. I am 5'4", and this fence only goes up to here, so a deer definitely could jump it if they wanted to. We put them all 12 feet apart and they wrap all the way around all three sides of the garden. We did have to add in a few support ones because if the wind were to come in, this would just be too wobbly throughout this side. Well, that is it for today's video. If you guys have been enjoying my garden series, please let me know down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. It really lets me know what kind of content you guys enjoy and get to know you guys better. Bye.